This video we're going to look at Alabama in the national championship game and how they used motion and different things to create space for the playmakers Devontae Smith and other guys through motion, through deception, and misdirection. So right here what they end up doing there, in a little bit of a bunch set. Obviously this fullback's a little deeper in the backfield than it typically would be, and basically they're faking the dive to the left and really not a motion, but kind of faking right there like he's going on to a reverse. With that motion that ends up going back that direction, and little fake, and then he gets his eyes around, just dumps it down. Devontae Smith is actually a check down right here on this play, and he's able to get into the end zone right there, just out racing that guy to the pylon. We'll look at the end zone view to get a better look. So on this look right here, you can really see what's taking place. So they're faking their zone lead here with Najee. He's coming like he's about to go on a reverse, and you can see all these guys scrambling going that direction. They're running their crossing route. So right there you got a receiver coming across, and this guy's coming across the other side. He's going back to the flats as a check down, and as you play it you can see he hangs right there, and he's about to get going full speed. He hangs for 1 or 2 steps and trying to keep that guy from being wide open, which obviously he's going to be. His defender got caught up in a little bit of trash right there. He has to go over the top of that, so that creates space for him. He does a great job working through all that to that area, and this guy right here sits on him, and instead of chasing Devontae right there, if he chases Devontae, he's going to come wide open. They're going to make somebody wrong right there, and it just happens to be this guy right here, and he ends up getting in the end zone. Obviously it could have been the other receiver if he would have flown down on him, but early touchdown there for Alabama. This play is actually the very next offensive play for Alabama. They bring Devontae back to tail motion. You can see this DB's running. He's hauling, knowing that he better go or they could throw it out there to him and create a big play. Then he puts on the brakes and goes back that direction. Not sure exactly what they tell Mac Jones on this. They're running counter that direction. Thing that I might say is, hey, if it's man-to-man, let's go ahead and flip that thing out there. I think we're going to win. If it's zone, maybe not. He does a great job. He's going to take 2 for 1 on this and go and get a little bit of a rub right there, make him go over the top. So they flip it out there to Devontae Smith, and everybody's saying, hey man, how in the world are you letting that guy get that much space? Well, you're in man coverage and you run him across. He's got to go behind those backers, and now he reverses to go back that way. He's got to go behind that. Now he's got to go over the top of that slant. So that's how they create that space right there, moving a little bit of movement and a little bit of RPO out there, just dumping it off and creating 10 yards of space right there before he gets touched for a first down for Alabama. They ran this play a couple times in the game in this situation and threw it to the left. They bring the receiver in motion right there and swing him, and right here Devontae Smith actually push cracks, and it's man coverage right here, so he goes and gets his man and they replace the crack, and it's not as good of a play as you might think. So right there he's coming to crack the guy that's manned up on him. This corner reads the play, what's going on, and reacts to it and comes up one-on-one. Obviously is fine, but right here the DB makes a really good tackle in open space for a 2 or 3 yard gain, and that's a really good play there by 7. I was impressed with him all night, but good play right there tackling Mechie in open field. And we have another look of it, of which I think the scheme is a little better as far as who they're blocking. So right here, very similar look, bringing him in motion to the swing over here. The receiver Devontae, he decides, hey, block man on, let this DB run and then try to tackle from the inside out, as opposed to those guys being able to leverage a little bit outside in and inside out with all that. So block man on, make him chase right there and see if he'll make the play. So right here, as you can see, when he sees that motion, he backs up so that he can have a little bit more space to see what's going on. So right there, Devontae says, you know what, I'm just going to block man on, work his outside shoulder. Mac flips it out there again to his left. He's running inside out with not much help to force it back to him, and he's racing right there to the pylon. So I really like the way they blocked it on this play as opposed to the previous one. Obviously, if they get in the end zone, it's a lot better, but right there, I think make him chase, work that outside shoulder, widen that alley. Don't push crack, because that's going to condense that alley. There's not going to be nearly as much space for him to make somebody miss, whether it's racing to the pylon, putting on the brakes and going back inside. Whatever it is, stretch that alley by blocking the guy that's going to set the edge. And that's what they do right there. And they're able to get into the end zone Here's a play, obviously great man beater right here, especially if you've got speed right there. Bringing him in motion, bringing him back, and then it's a race there to the pylon with a quick sprint out right there. 1, 2, 3 steps, get that thing out to him. Doesn't have to be perfect footwork because you know you're just going to lay that thing out there, let him run to it, and see if he can outrun that guy to the pylon. Again, I mean, speed is what you got to have right there, and they just deke that guy a little bit, make him go in and out. Now he's chasing. Obviously had to run over top of a lot of linebackers and whatnot, and we're able to create space there for, again, the Heisman Trophy winner. Here's another quick motion here for Alabama. Not sure exactly what took place on this as far as why it didn't work, other than this DB just being extremely aggressive. Does a great job rolling in there, making a good play, and this ball's a little bit off. If you lead him right there, he's off balance when he catches it. If you can put it on his body, he can square up and might be able to make that guy miss. But obviously what they've been doing, and a lot of teams have done, is they get into a trip set, motion him back right behind those guys, catch it, throw him the ball real quick, or he could be under center, which I've seen under center a couple times as well. They block man on, make this corner, try to chase and get in there, throw it to him, and see if he can get to the end zone. Obviously, if Najee's out there, probably an outside back or a strong safety type guy, they're probably not going to put their corner on the running back. So right there, obviously, a little bit heavier hitter, and that's what he ends up making a play with. Slides in there, real physical play right there, keeping him from getting into the end zone. Have this look on here because of all the people that it brings. It takes this outside backer and safety, because the threat of throwing the ball out there or tossing it to him and running inside zone that way, and then leading with the fullback and tailback, they've got to get numbers and they've got to honor that. So right here, as we play it, you can see he's coming in motion there, faking the jet sweep or the toss, and when that thing's snapped, he's going opposite of the direction where they're running the outside zone, and they're taking bodies over there. Not so much these backers, because obviously they're reading the box, but these guys that are reading tackles or having to read the second level as far as the receivers and running backs, those guys are running out because they don't know what's going on. So you're taking 3 for 2 right there, and you should be good in the box there to run. And right there, they get a decent gain, break one tackle on that outside zone, and get down there on a 1st and goal down to about the 5.